Today we are going to focus on map keys. We are going to call this the key to maps. Just like a key opens the door to your house, a map key opens up a map for us to better understand it. Map keys are full of symbols. Symbols are used to represent something else. They can be pictures, short words, letters, or shapes. Some common symbols are the no smoking sign, a stop sign that tells us to stop on the road, a crosswalk sign. This tells us that people might be crossing the road. And I bet you can guess what this one is. This is a bathroom sign. When we see this sign, we know that it's a bathroom. When we see this yellow symbol, we know that we need to slow down because it's a crosswalk, or that we are okay to cross the street there. When we see a stop sign, we know that we have to stop. And when we see a no smoking sign, adults know that smoking is not allowed in that area. Symbols are everywhere, and symbols are a way to express information without having an exact picture or a big long description. So why do we use symbols on maps? We use them to make them easier for us to read. Can you figure out what the symbols on this map mean? I wonder what this flag means. What about this treasure chest or the X? I think those all have special meanings. How about on this map? This is harder to understand. On the other map, I felt like I knew that the treasure chest must mean there is treasure there, but these symbols don't mean as much to me. Because they are not drawings of what is being represented, they're a little trickier to understand. That is why we have a map key. With this map key, we can see what all of the symbols mean. We can see that this plus sign or cross represents a church, that this symbol over here represents a lighthouse that is in use. We can see it is in use because it has these little lines coming out to show the light. SCH stands for a school, so I can see that there's a school over here on the island. There are also symbols for roads, for slopes and cliffs. This map key makes the map much easier to understand. I want you to point at a windmill on this map. Look for the symbol for a windmill. Oh, that's right. Here's a windmill. That is how a key can help us understand. Different maps have different purposes, so the keys are always different. They tell us what is important on that map. The first map we looked at looked a lot like a pirate treasure map. So a lot of the symbols on that map had to do with buried treasure. On this last map, this looked like a map of an island where people lived. So it included symbols for schools and lighthouses and churches and roads, things that would be on an island where people live. This map shows us where you can stay on a golf course. These are all different golf courses in the area. These, it says, are lodging, which means these are places to stay. So this is a large area with many golf courses on it and lots of places to stay. So you might use this map if you were going on a trip and you wanted to stay really close to a golf course. I'm looking at the map and I see that this place, which has the lodging symbol, is very close to this flag, which represents a golf course. So I know that if I stay in this hotel, I will be super close to a golf course. Have any of you ever seen a moving weather map on the news? This key is color-coded to show us the different average wind speeds in Utah. So we can see that the blue areas have the highest wind speeds and the dark green areas have the slowest wind speeds. The red is pretty fast. So I can see that in this area, there are very quick wind speeds. It might be a great place to fly a kite. Should every map have a key? Yes, any good map has a key. Because without a key, it is really tricky to read and understand a map. We need a key to help us understand all of the different kinds of maps and what they are trying to show us. So now it's your turn. You are going to make your very own map. You can choose to make a map of your bedroom or of the classroom. These are the directions for the assignment. First, I want you to draw the outline of your room. Usually this is a rectangle. We usually don't have circular rooms or rooms that are in the shape of an oval. Usually the walls around our room are pretty straight, so drawing a rectangle will be best. On your map, you can leave spaces for the doors. I want you to draw the different items in your room and create a map key for the symbols you used in your map. So you're not going to draw your room exactly how it looks, just like maps don't look exactly like the land or places they represent. Here are a few examples. This is an example of a classroom map. These pink rectangles represent shelves. So everywhere I see light pink, I know that that's a shelf. The darker pink represents tables. So I can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4 tables. I'm guessing this blue represents a chair. Let's check the map key. Yep, the blue represents chair. So this classroom map does not look exactly like the classroom, but looking at the map will show us where all of the furniture is and how the classroom is set up. This map over here is of someone's bedroom. They have yellow circles for lamps, so it looks like they have 1, 2, 3 lamps in their bedroom. They have rectangles for the window and wavy lines to represent the curtains. So I can tell there are curtains on both sides. It'd be a pretty big window. The lines represent doors. So I bet there are some closets over here, and this is probably the door to get in to the bedroom. This student has a key that shows where her bookshelves are, her closet, her bed. She has a little version of each of those items in the key, so we know what we are looking at on the big map. There are many different ways that you can design your room map, but you have to make sure that if an object is not very clear, that you include it on your key. One thing this student could have done was to add her bed to the key. I think this is her bed because it's between 2 little tables with lamps on them. So in my mind, it's probably her bed, but I am not sure if it is. It would be really helpful if she had a rectangle with those little dots in it over here to show us that that was her bed. So once again, you need to draw the outline of your room. It's usually a rectangle. Leave spaces for the doors. Draw the different items in your room and create a map key for the symbols you used in your map. We will all be sharing our maps with our research crews. So make sure that you are ready to share and explain your map key. I can't wait to see what symbols you choose to represent the items in your room or in our classroom. It's going to be so interesting to see how differently our maps turn out.